This is the Ogilvy's house. Built the back deck here. This is nice. Braxton doesn't have a nose that works. Braxton walks into a house and doesn't smell cat pee. Allegedly. I'm not saying there ain't cat pee. I'm just saying whatever the smell was wasn't potent enough for me to be like, whoa, needs a cat pee expert on the job. SpaceX, where Elon Musk builds all of his rockets, is right there. Literal rocket scientists wanting to live in this community. All right, so we just rolled by that eviction. I don't really know. I don't know what happened there because we had a family. So essentially we had two properties. Well, we had a property that went vacant that we'd owned for a while. People were going by there and looking at it, and we ended up with more applications than we had availability. So that was a flip that was kind of stalled out on the market or whatever. It was just a weird time in the market. So we said, hey, if you'll take this for the same price, we'll rent it to you, because we had 2 applicants for another rental. They said, of course. And I think they paid like $3,000 or $4,000 to move in because they didn't meet a lot of requirements. So they had to put up like a first month's rent, the last month's rent, fucking deposit. So they paid all that money, and then I think they never paid another dime. I think they were like a first payment default on rent. And I always found it weird that those people were able to move into that house and everything in that house worked. We didn't get a single work order. We didn't get a work order about anything. We got a work order for the heater, but that was because they didn't have the gas on. So we never received anything else saying, hey, this thing ain't working, this ain't right, whatever. Which would normally be the case when a tenant, if nobody's ever lived in that house, there's always something that you find out about later when you're running a house versus remodeling a house. Like it's nothing to remodel a house. That doesn't mean every drain's going to drain. That doesn't mean every water spigot's going to work. That doesn't mean the hot water is going to, be the right temperature. So typically when somebody moves in, you get a whole slew of work orders. We didn't get that on this particular property, and I would say that was the first red flag. This is the Ogilvy's house. Bought it from a friend. So yesterday we talked about drainage issues on foundation repair. This foundation was also repaired. You can see they cut down the ditch right here. So all the water that runs off the road and runs down the ditch will run around the house. One thing we will have to do is this little low spot right here, we'll have to cut down to where everything goes around the house. Nothing makes it to the house. We don't want any water running up underneath the house. Okay, so floor's already done. If you peel this back, you'll see that the flooring's down. Got the quarter round all the way around the outside. Put in new windows. So you can see there's no vents. There's no air conditioner here, no vents. So we'll have to go with a complete new install on that. Now this house was originally a 3-1. This was the only bathroom. It's gonna suck that everything in here is gonna be brand new, and we're gonna have this old trusty. But what do you like about this, Braxton? Big, it's open, it's walk-in. What do you like about this, Big Mike?
It's like porcelain, right?
It is not.
I don't know. It looks good.
Yeah,
Big boy.
It's a one piece. What does that mean?
It's easier to replace. No leaks.
No leaks. No water running through a crevice over here or a crevice over there or a crevice down at the bottom. Now some of this that you're looking at, when they picked the house up, the sheetrock popped out. That's why there's certain pieces that are being replaced and other pieces that are staying. So this was just one big room. It didn't have a closet. It obviously didn't have this over here, which is a bathroom. So turned it into a bedroom by adding a closet and then cut a bathroom out. So while it isn't necessarily a true master, it will have a toilet. I guess it will only have one sink. A true master would have his and hers. But it's a lot better that they have their own bathroom. As you can see, we did an excellent tile backsplash. This is where you get out of the main house and you get into something that's just hideous. This is the laundry room. I guess that gas line might be for a dryer, but that's where the washer is now. And then the dryer's over here. It's got electric. And they went ahead and re-sheetrocked this room. You know, this isn't going to be, if this does have an AC, it'll just be a mini split. And then I have no earthly idea what this room is. It's got a closet. It's technically going to count as a bedroom, but it's like half of the garage. So it's like a garage conversion, man cave / bedroom. I don't think it adds a ton of value, but it's going to have flooring. It's going to be something. I mean, it's got a plug for a window unit there. It's going to be like a teenager's bedroom. That way they can go and come, you know what I mean, and not bother the rest of the family. This is actually the hardest repair of the property. Blackland we covered earlier in the eviction video. You'll be able to go back and see how that cracks. But this foundation that was poured here didn't have any steel in it whenever they did it. The Blackland then did its thing, shifted and broke. And you'll see this in a lot of these older style homes where they've got concrete that breaks up like this. So dealing with it here. I don't know if they're planning on chiseling this out and re-pouring it or what's going to happen, but something's getting repaired there with the concrete. Hey, Braxton. Braxton, you need to look up the neighbor. They said that the neighbor wanted to sell for 45. So go buy that. Now, this weirdness here, Big Mike will fill me on this. This is something's going to happen here. I don't know if this gets busted out and doesn't exist anymore, or it gets concrete poured over it. But this is weird, ain't it? So like right now, the water runs off, hits this, and then runs back into the house. So this will get broke out so the water can run away. But when they did the roof, the previous owner did the roof, they should have had this taken out. Built the back deck here. This is nice. Braxton doesn't have a nose that works. Braxton walks into a house and doesn't smell cat pee.
Allegedly. I'm not saying there ain't cat pee. I'm just saying whatever the smell wasn't potent enough for me to be like, whoa, needs a cat pee expert on the job.
People might be like, why does this house have value? I'll tell you why it has value. If you look right over there, over the horizon of that red building, straight through there, you'll see some things sticking up. Do you see that, Big Mike?
I do.
SpaceX, where Elon Musk builds all of his rockets, is right there. Now there's not a back road going to it, but it's right there. So you've got literal rocket scientists wanting to live in this community. Small school district, great community. I mean, obviously, beautiful house next door. What did we buy this thing for, Braxton?
Something like, we might have had an assignment on it for 50.
50 on it. Total cost of rehab is going to be astronomical, probably 60 or 70. What's that put us in at?
110, 120.
Yeah. And then we're looking at a 160 to 180 sales. This is a phenomenal property because the properties in this area on a 1/3 acre of land are minutes on the market, not hours, not days, minutes on the market. So as soon as this thing's ready and done, it's at end of next week, it's going to be on the market. Guarantee it. We're going to fire sell this bitch. We're running out of summer. We gotta sell it fast. So we're going to list it 175-ish.